Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are learning how to make our basic sleeves. Okay, so here I have the width of 17.5 inches, and that is my arm's aisle measurement. Okay, and that's what I'm marking there. Then you get the center front, the center of my sleeves. Okay, so that's 8 and 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to mark that to get the center line. Okay, so once that is done, the next step measurement to take is our sleeve length, and my sleeve length here is 23 inches, and I'll be adding 2 inches to that for the ease at my sleeve cap, and I'll explain that when we get there. Okay, so what I'm basically marking now is the center line for my sleeves, and I'm going to connect the lines. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to mark my sleeve length, which I explained earlier. My actual sleeve length, like I said, was 23 inches, and I'm adding 2 inches to that for the ease. And that ease majorly is for the free movement of my shoulder cap now to the armhole line itself, so that my arm can easily move up and down. Then I will not have any restriction. Okay, there. So now I'm marking my sleeve cap. That's from my sleeve cap now to the biceps. My actual sleeve cap is 4 inches. Okay, but I'm going with 5.5 inches here, and that extra 1.5 inch is standing for that ease. Okay, is standing for the ease now. So that's what I've marked there, and the next measurement will be my elbow measurement. And on the tape rule now, okay, now what I want to measure here is my my curve. Okay, and that for that curve now, I measure that if you are going to use a stretch fabric, but because this sleeve pattern I'm making, I want it to be a universal pattern for all my sleeves. Okay, so I'm going to adjust that sleeve curve later, and I'm going to show you what to measure and how to measure it. Okay, and next is my elbow measurement. Okay, and how will I know where to insert my elbow measurement? That will be from my actual sleeve cap, which is 4 inches point, to my 12 inches line. That's down vertically now to get the line for my elbow line. Okay, remember that 1.5 is the ease, sort of like ease for my sleeve cap. Okay, so I'm taking it out to get my actual actual elbow measurement. Okay, all right, so that's what I'm doing there, and I'm ruling my line too for my curve. That's the sleeve aim. Okay, all right, so on the elbow line, I'm going to insert my elbow measurement, that's circumference now. So I'm measuring it, putting half and half of it on each of the sides of that line. Okay, so that line is my center line. Okay, and that's what I've inserted there. So now watch me as I connect the line. I'm going to connect the line from my elbow to the armhole line, and on this other line you see me extending it straight down, and I'm adding like 3/4 of an inch, okay, to the existing measurement at the M line, and I'm going to show you why soon. Okay, so you can see how curvy that hand is. If you look at your hand is not straight. Whatever measurement you have at your bicep is different from what you have at your elbow, and definitely it will be different from what you have at your wrist or your curve area. Okay, all right, so here is how to measure your round sleeve at the M line. Okay, so you are going to measure around the knuckles. Okay, it's not going to be around the wrist, and that's why I have that extended measurement there. Okay, all right, so now to the sleeve cap. So with the help of my curve ruler, I'm going to connect with my curve ruler like so, And once that is done, I'm going to label my pattern to know where the front is and where the back is. Okay, so once you have that, I'm going to show you a little trick or a little calculation that you need to know to make your front pattern a little curved in and more relaxed, and you won't have excess fabric at the armhole area for the front. Okay, so here I'm labeling my back and here is my front. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to get half of that measurement from the center line to the end of my sleeve, and I'm going to mark that. And once that mark is done, from where the mark is, I'm going to measure 3/4 of an inch in. Yes, you can work with half an inch, okay, but 3/4 of an inch works well for me, so I work with 3/4 of an inch. But if half an inch works for you, fine, you can even go as more as 1 inch. Okay, it depends on you. So that's what I have there, and I'm going to connect it like so. All right, and once that is done, we'll move to the hem line so that we can add sewing allowance. That's the hemming allowance now for the sleeves, for the sleeve end. Okay, so to my hem line, you can add half an inch, you can add 1 inch, but for me, I'm adding 1.5 of an inch. Okay, that's what I'm marking there. You can reduce it and you can increase. It depends on what you want. If you want a turn up, you can take it as high as 2 inches if you want, but I just like working with 1.5. I like that bulkiness at the hem of my sleeves because it gives, if I'm not lining it, that if I'm not adding any lining to it, it gives you some kind of stability. That's why I work with 1.5 inches. Okay, so that is basically all for now, and you see me cutting shortly. Okay, I'm taking in the measurement to tell you what is there on my elbow line where I have 12 inches. On my hem line I have 9.5 inches, and on the bicep line I have 17.5 inch there too. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it out. So now you see me when I'm cutting, I'm not going to cut all through at the hem line. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop at the first line where my sleeve length of 25 inches ended. And why I'm doing this is when you are cutting, if you cut it straight off, by the time you are hemming, you have shortage of fabric there. So what you are expected to do is to fold over your hemming allowance, so you get the jog of the sleeve, that place, to just, the arrow will go out, it won't go in or straight, it will balance up with the folded area. Okay, so just watch along as I do that. Okay, and if you have watched so far and this far, I want to say thank you. And if you have not subscribed yet, please kindly subscribe. And to my subscribers, I am saying a big thank you to you all, you guys. You have really encouraged me so far. Thank you so very much. I'm really, really, really grateful. Okay, all right, so just keep watching and you see what I'm going to do with the folding for the hem line. Okay, so if you have any question, please just drop in the comment section. And if you want me to do any tutorial that I've not done so far, okay, just let me know. And you can as well join me on Facebook, on our group. I have a group, I Can Sew at YQ Fashion World. And you can join me on Instagram, that's YQ Fashion by Bisoye. Okay, so just join me in any of the group. Can you see the folding now? Then I'll do the cutout shortly. So once I've cut it out, you see what it looks like. So thank you so much for joining me. I am so, so, so grateful. God bless you and have a nice time. Bye-bye.